High in the mountains, where thin air mixes with profound silence, stories are told of disturbing entities that haunt these remote regions. The legends vary by culture and geography, but they all share a common theme: the presence of supernatural forces that defy human understanding. Many cultures speak of the mountain spirit, an ancient entity that protects its domain with ferocity. This spirit is said to manifest itself in diverse forms, from gigantic animals with flaming eyes to humanoid figures that appear to be made of stone and snow. Mountaineers who dare disrespect sacred territory often report feeling an oppressive presence, as if they are constantly watched. On full moon nights, the shadows take on a life of their own. These wandering shadows, as described by those who have survived their encounter, appear to be darker than darkness itself, moving erratically and impossible to predict. They say these shadows are lost souls, doomed to wander the mountains forever. Those who cross their path report feelings of intense cold, paralyzing fear, and, in some cases, unexplained disappearances that in some parts of the world. It is believed in the existence of the Stone Guardian, an entity that resides in the rock formations of the mountains. According to legend, the Guardian awakens only to protect the mountain from invaders. Reports of encounters with this being describe a colossal figure, made of living stone, rising from the rocky ground to confront intruders. Witnesses claim that the Guardian has extraordinary strength and a presence that inspires terror. Legends also speak of voices in the wind, ethereal whispers that echo across mountain slopes. Some say these voices are the spirits of the mountain's ancient inhabitants, while others believe they are evil entities trying to lure the unwary into deadly traps. Mountaineers who have heard these voices describe them as hypnotic, carrying a strange power that induces disorientation and loss of direction. Many of the reports of disturbing entities in the mountains come from explorers, mountaineers, and pastoralists who spend long periods at high altitudes. An experienced climber told of a night when he saw a spectral figure hovering over a distant ridge, its eyes glowing like embers. Another account describes a group of shepherds who were pursued by a colossal shadow, which moved against the wind and disappeared when pursued. Mountains, with their wild and untamed beauty, are places of mystery and awe. The stories of disturbing entities serve as a reminder that despite the advances of civilization, there are places where the unknown still reigns supreme. Whether true or the fruit of a fertile imagination, these legends keep alive the human fascination with the inexplicable and the supernatural. And so, as long as there are mountains, there will continue to be stories of disturbing entities that inhabit them, challenging our understanding and fueling our deepest fears. That in some mountains shrouded in constant fog, there are reports of a figure known as the Ancient One of the Mist. This entity appears as a hunched old woman, dressed in flowing rags that blend in with the mist around her. The crone is said to appear to those who are lost or on the verge of exhaustion, offering a sense of comfort that quickly turns to terror. Witnesses claim that her eyes are empty, reflecting only the abyss of desolation, and that following her nebulous figure invariably leads to perdition. Deep chasms and mountain crevices are often associated with unexplained and terrifying noises. Explorers speak of a sound they call the scream of the abyss, a high-pitched howl that rises from the depths. Some believe this sound is caused by wind passing through rock formations, but others are convinced it is the voices of trapped spirits, crying out for release. There are reports of people who, upon hearing this scream, feel an irresistible compulsion to approach the edge, as if they were hypnotized by the call of the mountain. Another frequently reported phenomenon is the invisible guardians. These entities do not have a visible physical form, but their presence is felt in an unmistakable way. Mountaineers report a feeling of being followed or watched, even when they are completely alone. In some cases, these entities manifest themselves through icy touches or incomprehensible whispers. These guardians are said to protect certain sacred or cursed sites, ensuring that humans do not desecrate these areas with their presence. One of the most enigmatic phenomena is the sudden disappearance of trails and paths. Travelers speak of well-established routes that suddenly disappear without a trace, leading one to become lost in treacherous terrain. Some believe these changes are caused by natural forces, such as landslides or climate change. However, there are those who swear that these changes are the work of capricious entities that enjoy confusing humans. These disappearances often result in dangerous situations, with people finding themselves in dangerous terrain with no way back. Night in the mountains brings an amplification of fears and stories of disturbing encounters. Campfires are often the setting for terrifying tales passed down from generation to generation. Reports of hooded figures emerging from the darkness, only to disappear into the light, are common. Inexplicable noises, footsteps, laughter, or even old music torment those who venture to sleep outdoors. There is a persistent belief that night in the mountains is when the boundaries between the world of the living and the world of spirits become thinnest. Although many of these reports are viewed with skepticism, the truth is that mountains have always been places of great power and mystery. The extreme conditions, isolation, and sheer majesty of these landscapes can easily fuel imagination and beliefs in the supernatural. For the people who live near these mountains, stories of disturbing entities are both warnings and explanations for the very real dangers the mountains present. Whatever the truth, these legends continue to fascinate and terrify, reminding us that there are forces in nature that we still do not fully understand. The disturbing entities in the mountains are reflections of the intersection between human fear of the unknown and the brutal reality of the mountain environment. They embody the dangers, isolation, and mystery that these extreme altitudes represent. As long as there are those who venture onto the slopes and peaks, these stories will continue to be told, feeding the collective imagination and reinforcing the ancestral respect we have for the mountains and the secrets they hold. Thanks for watching this far. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new content.